welcome to my channel. My name is Gabriel, but you can call me the Moon Minister as well. And in today's video, I know things are definitely different. I'm in my children's room. This Uranus transit is definitely up on me, you guys. And with me having it in my third house, about to go into my fourth house, naturally my children's room had some leaking in it, especially with the roof, and this Aquarius energy definitely can be connected to your roof. And something unexpectedly happened, so I have to share, me and my husband, we have to share a room with our kids right now. So I'm in here to record because it's quiet in here and there's a lot of activity going on in my room naturally with this transit. So I'm working through it. So if things look different, that's why. But you guys didn't come for that. You guys came for the astrology that's going on. And we are going to talk about the Capricorn full moon that's going to be at 18 degrees. This Capricorn full moon is going to be on July the 10th around 1:37 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you want to look up for your specific city, town, where you're at to see what exact time. But Eastern Standard Time is going to be 1:37. The sun on this day will be at Cancer 18 degrees and the moon will be in Capricorn at 18 degrees. Capricorn and Cancer are sister signs. So this energy is magnetized from both elements, especially with this Capricorn and the Virgo, because the 18th degree is a Virgo degree, and it can represent themes like work and routine and health. And together with this Capricorn moon, we can definitely be seeing, especially a Capricorn full moon, we could definitely be seeing themes of like hard work paying off and being strong together and successful achievements and having achievements after putting in that hard work, being able to successfully succeed in our mental health and our health, our body. Like say if you're exercising, that type of thing, and you're able to show off what you've lost during this time, and you're able to share that information with others. This kind of energy is big for that, big on achievements, big on success, big on, especially with this earth energy, big on grounding and connecting with nature during this time, big on being humble and being strong, being resilient, being able to navigate and work and being able to be of service to others, to follow along with your sacred duty, no matter what what you came here to do, whatever service that you came here to give, that type of thing. This could definitely be a day where we could be experiencing authority being way too harsh on people, on others, the government being harsh on others, on a group, on the government highlighting themes, whether they're being harsh or they're highlighting themes on like healthcare. This will also be a day where the government is saying like, oh, we're going to send certain type of funding to healthcare, especially since Virgo rules things like the healthcare system, work, people we work with, our routines, our routes, our schedule. These type of themes could either change, could erupt, could be highlighted during this time, could be hard work around that as well. Yeah, sorry about that. My Capricorn rising daughter needed me to fix something. But before I get off the other topic, the government could be highlighting on themes like the healthcare system and our health, people's health, could also be highlighting things on work and jobs, people's jobs, more jobs. Talking about jobs and, who's taking jobs, what, achievements on themes related to jobs as well. There could also be themes of needing to fix things, needing to build things. I know for myself, there'll be some fixing up on my house around that time. So this could definitely be a time where there's fixing, building going on, where you're rebuilding things, where you're putting something together, where you are building something, whether that's physical or it's something that's non-physical, like online, and you're building together like a website or something that you put together and that you set to a goal and you go ahead and achieve it, that type of thing. This could also be a time where you notice that through the things that you've done on a day-to-day basis have gotten you to an achievement, gotten you where you need to be, got you to a certain success or a level of success. This could be a time where you are seen as the boss, as the person of authority, as the lead, as someone who is successful, that you could be recognized more in your career or at work. There could definitely be themes that are going on at work or at people's jobs. A lot of people quitting their jobs, losing their jobs, getting fired from their jobs, gaining jobs. There's going to be just a lot of like content around work and around jobs and about who's taking this job and that type of thing. It's definitely going to be a thing, especially hard labor work. This is definitely a time where people can be talking about hard labor type of work. This could also be a time, especially since we're going to have Pluto is already in retrograde in Aquarius, but it's going to be shifting to the second degree. It's going to be already in the second degree by this time. It started to retrograde at 3 degrees in Pluto Aquarius. It started to retrograde at 3 degrees Aquarius, but now it's finally shifting into 2 degrees Aquarius. So this will definitely feel like new shifts, especially when it comes to those type of themes of achievements and goals and money and achievements, wealth, material things, material gains and gifts, getting gifts for something that you achieved, something that you've strived for. This will be a time where you're setting new goals, where you're getting rid of certain goals. You could definitely be setting new goals during this time. And a time where you're like, dang, I didn't, making more realistic goals, taking certain goals off the list. This will be a time where you are in the public more, around people, especially groups of people, networking with groups of people that help you in your business. This is a perfect time for businesses, starting businesses, rebranding in your business, getting more natural, more authentic in your business, more grounded in your business, more rooted in your business, more rooted in what you do, your legacy. Building a business, starting a business, rebranding, collaborating with others in a business, or getting like brand deals, getting contacted more by other businesses who want to work with you, companies that want to work with you, being around buildings and those type of areas to, celebrate and be with others, being especially like buildings like downtown areas and places of companies, of businesses. This would be a time where, like I said, you're in a public because you're at an event, especially something like that, where you're at a public type of event where there's others, whether it's a family reunion or it's something that's in your community. You could definitely be at an event that's online or one that's in your local environment. This could be a time where all others are in your business. You could be in others' business during this time, and it could be an even exchange of that type of energy going on right now during this time where you feel you're in others' business, others are in your business. This could also be a time where you're more interested in businesses, like certain type of companies. You want to work with them, you want to shop with them, that type of thing. A lot of people are definitely going to be focused on business, whether it's their own, others, or, it's definitely going to be a busy business type of time. This is definitely a time where you're just naturally busy as well. You have a lot of errands to run, a lot of things, or something new that you've had to add up on your route. This could definitely be a time of like family reunions, those type of events that are going on during this time. I know by the time of this full moon, it'll already have happened, but there's going to be a family event, reunion going on around the Uranus transit for me. But no doubt others are going to be talking about family, their roots, about the government, especially about the government with this Capricorn and Cancer energy. America is a Cancer sun, at 13 degrees, and America's birthday is going to be coming up on the 4th. So no doubt there's going to be themes of America playing out, authority, rule, leadership, how others feel about it, especially how others feel about it are being expressed, how others feel about being Americans. Like I know for myself, I seen a post where someone had said, if they see a black person, this was another black person, celebrating 4th of July, that they were going to delete them. And I just went ahead and just deleted her myself, because I already know that I am a Cancer sun at 14 degrees. This is not a coincidence when it comes to me in America. It's literally by design. I'm literally patriotic by heart. And then I have it at the sun, and then knowing that I get my Northern American Native American roots from my father, which governs your sun. This is, you know, if I haven't already said this before, this is literally the lands of my forefathers, you know. So I'm rooted here. So I know that there's definitely going to be a lot of talk about that, especially after the 4th of July, as far as how people, especially with the Jupiter and Cancer transit going on too, it's going to highlight, especially on this energy of, you know, how people feel about the government, how people feel about America, and intertwine it, because it's not really America that people hate. It's really the government that people don't like. You know what I mean? So I wonder if a lot of people are going to come to that conclusion and start supporting America, because they realize that they are the people. Especially America has its moon in Aquarius, and with Pluto in Aquarius, this could definitely be a time of giving power back to the people. The American people are definitely in a 20-year season where the power can be restored back into us. We just have to want it. You know, we just literally have to want it, and we have to collect together, want it in unity, and work together and strive towards making these changes in our community. And I definitely, no doubt, feel like this type of energy will, you know, trickle down to people, make people think, you know, shift people's mindsets of America, because there's been a lot of America hate due to our corrupt government. So I feel like there's gonna be a lot of talk on that. This could definitely be a time where people are talking about, you know, people like people of authority, like their bosses, or people in the government as well, like politicians and presidents, and who else has a level of authority over people? I guess you could say like a policeman and people who work in a certain type of office. If someone can, or people who like a balloon, if someone can write off something and it affects your life or it affects your day, it's those type of people who have authority over you, who are a boss, those type of things. These type of people can be in the news. It could be situations around these type of people. You could be becoming the boss yourself, or getting a promotion in your job or at work. It could definitely be a time like that where people could be getting a promotion at work, achieving more, feeling more motivated at their job, more motivated in life, more motivated to be a parent, especially with that Cancer energy, more motivated for parenting, more motivated in having more support in parenting, more realizations around that, around structure, around how you've been parenting, and restructuring that. And it could also, you could also be restructuring how you eat, how you live your life, how you think as well, so that you can live better, eat better, feel better, mind, body, spirit, and soul. This could be a time where you're having to take time, you know. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is the king of time. He's the ruler of time, and themes playing out within due time. This could be a time where you're, you know, it's finally your time, or this could be a time where you realize you still have more time. It's still, you know, there's still more time that it needs for this thing to really ripen and come true to you. And you have to surrender to that. You have to stay grounded and know that no matter what, something is going to blossom, it's going to root, it's going to sprout, whatever that is that you are trying to manifest. Overall, I know that this full moon in Capricorn is going to definitely reshift our goals and put us in alignment with the success that we came here to achieve in this lifetime. So now that we've talked about this full moon, let's talk about who's going to be most affected by this full moon. And that's going to be our people with Capricorn, Cancer, Libra and Aries placements, especially between 13 to 22 degrees. You're going to be feeling this energy or affected by this energy the most. And especially if you have Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, Aries at 18 degrees in your natal chart, you're most affected by this energy. And especially if it's Capricorn 18 degrees, this full moon is about you. So when you're listening out for your horoscope, I recommend listening out for your rising, your sun, and then your moon. Your rising as like your true horoscope, your sun as in like, especially if you resonate more with your sun, but as your career. And then if you're listening out for the moon, listen for it being your emotion or your body or your inner world. So, and remember that I am a Western girl, so I give out Western tropical astrology. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what don't. So let's get into it. Aries, you're going to be experiencing this Capricorn full moon in your 9th house. Aries, you're going to be experiencing this Capricorn full moon in your 10th house. Especially with you guys being one of the people who are most affected, this is definitely going to be affecting you because the 10th house is ruled by Capricorn. So you could definitely, no doubtably, be having a time where you're in a complete alignment, especially like of achieving something, or you could definitely be, people are giving you your flowers, giving you your accolades for what you've done, the person you are, something that you've been able to achieve, the success that you've done. People are recognizing you for it. You're more in the public eye. You are out in public or at an event out in public, networking with others, connecting with others, doing work or service out in the community, out in others. Doing service for the family or doing service just out and about. Like maybe someone asks you to, hey, can you hold this for me? And you normally are not even the person to do this type for someone, but you're like, you know what, I'm gonna be nice today. And you do this for someone and something amazing happens for you or some type of alignment or achievement. You say, you know what, I helped that lady out and that made me feel good. You know, that I was able to do that for that lady. This could be a time where you are stepping into the role of a provider, of the lead, of the boss. You could be getting promoted during this time, especially at work. Things happen with your boss, with people of authority making you work for more, or your boss promoting you, or you and your boss having some type of situation going on. You and other co-workers or co-workers acting like your boss too as well on this day could also, be a theme that plays out. This could be a time where you are building something, you're fixing something, you're putting something together, whether it's in your life or something physical, or something in mindset, or something online that you're building, you're putting together, you're fixing. A time where people are in your business or you're in others' business. There could be a balance of the two going on right now. You could be being judged or judging others during this time and realizing that, like, oh man, I've been judging myself just way too hard during this season. I need to relax on myself. It's be a time where you're changing up your structure. You having conversations and topics going around the government, around people of authority, around people like the president or politicians or police officers or bosses, companies, businesses. This could be a time where you are starting a business, or you get a promotion in the company, or you're more motivated in the company that you work for to get more promoted, or have a strong look at your legacy, or you realize, I want to leave a legacy during this time, and you start building towards new goals to leave a legacy or to leave something for your legacy. This could be a time where you are, thinking about something different in your career or starting your career. Or if you are, like I said, if you are someone retired, like I said, it could be your legacy, your children, service that you do, like volunteering out in like a public pantry and just being a good light for others who go in there and needed someone nice to say say a compliment to them to have a good day, and you're able to spread that in your community or around others in your local environment or like your hometown type of energy, doing that type of work or sacred duty. That is what this full moon in Capricorn is about for you, Aries. Taurus, you're going to be experiencing this Capricorn full moon in your 9th house. So you could be having themes around college come up, especially with going to like a building for school, and going to college, going to school, going to an academy, putting your children in these type of things, or you putting yourself, or a big place of education, or structuring yourself around, you know, whether it's education online in your local environment or in a building, you know, just restructuring your schedule and working it around school, working around learning. It doesn't have to be like a building. This could be you forming a new structure of something that you personally want to learn. I know astrology for myself, when I wanted to learn astrology, there was like no, you know, so I had to build my own type of curriculum. I had to learn certain type of things. I had to, you know what I mean? This could be that type of day where you're squeezing in, okay, for this many hours a day, I'm going to focus on this type of thing, or I'm going to read the charts and that type of thing, or whatever type of thing that you are interested in learning, or because this is definitely the house of philosophy. So this can range from your faith that you have that is religious or that is spiritual. It's the house of it all when it comes to those type of things. It's a house of faith. This could be a time where you're looking for faith, you're searching for faith, where you've achieved something in your faith and a spiritual awakening, a spiritual come through, a spiritual breakthrough, especially during this time, doing the work spiritually, and then you have that spiritual breakthrough that you've needed, or a prayer that's been answered. This could be a time where you are going on a trip or a vacation, you're traveling, having cross-cultural experiences with foreigners, people who maybe a different race, a different culture, a different language than you, a different philosophy, a different faith than you, but being able to connect with them or not connecting with them, cutting them off as well. This could be a time where you're achieving something in those areas when it comes to language, maybe learning a new language or something in a relationship with foreigners, or connecting, like building a business with someone who is, you know, different country, and you guys are able to partner up, or it falls through. This could be a time where you are being taught something, others are teaching you something. Definitely a time of learning and of sharing your philosophy, sharing it, broadcasting it, listening to podcasts of strong, determined, motivated type of people, getting more motivated from podcasts, from the things being broadcast on your screen. It doesn't have to be a podcast. It could be a video that you watch, just something that's being broadcast. A time where you are restructuring your faith, because that could definitely be restructuring. This is definitely a time where people can be switching over to religion or switching over to spirituality, that type of thing, switching up your faith, restructuring your faith. If you are spiritual, maybe you're going through a whole different phase in your spirituality where you don't do certain practices anymore and that type of thing. Same thing for the religious folks. This could be a time where you have a court situation, like maybe you get jury duty or you actually get sued or something. I'm not speaking that on nobody, you know. I don't like to say the bad things, but you know, it's a possibility when it comes to this type of energy, to be in court for something. Especially if like jury duty, getting a little money with this energy that's being played out, something from it. A time where you are focused on something when it comes to the court situation, a big court case that's being broadcasted, and you're focusing on it, that type of thing, and talking about it, speaking on it. A time where you are at weddings, mingling with someone, because the 9th house also does rule like second husbands, or deep relationship connections with someone who's like, it feels like a second marriage, or like you've been married like 20 plus years, that type of thing. This could be a day where something plays out, they have an achievement in your life, and it affects you, or you're happy for them, their type of success, a success and when it comes to learning or in school or teaching someone something as well. Overall, Taurus, this full moon in Capricorn is here to restructure how you view learning, what you are here to, and what you are here to teach. Geminis, you're going to be experiencing this Capricorn full moon in your 8th house. So you could have experiences where you are absolutely traumatized by the government. No, so I'm just playing. But that could definitely be playing out during this time. This would be a time where you are, taking your power back from the government as well, especially if you felt like a person like, oh, the government rules everything and rules over all of us, and you're just like, hold up, I rule over me and over what's going on, and me and my people, we rule over each other. The people that you have in your community and your family that you with on a day-to-day basis, those type of people. This could be a time where you're having deep transformations in those daily people or with them, or having success with them, especially triumphing over something and gaining that type of success because you were able to take your power. The 8th house rules things like power and transformation, and the phoenix rising from the ashes and coming up. This could be a time where dark things are being exposed because the full moon will expose, especially if it's that Capricorn karma in due time, that will definitely expose some things that are in the dark. This could be a time where exes come back, or exes try to be haters or in your business, or people who you have deep connections with are in your business. This could be a time where you're out in public and you just connect with like a random person and they start telling you like deep traumatic type of things, and you're like, yep, this is the full moon playing out during this time. And you're maybe being seen as the person who is acting like a protector or a provider, or providing some type of help or guidance towards these type of people who have been through this type of experience. This could be a time where you are having a sexual type of experience. The 8th house does rule sex, as far as like your womb and that manifestation lineage, deep soul type of connection when it comes to that type of sex. Maybe you're having that type of experience with someone who is your husband, or someone who's a provider, or someone you have a deep connection with during this time. Someone who's a Scorpio as well, where you're cutting off someone who has that type of energy. You're cutting them off, you're cutting them out of your life, and you're like, you know what, I can't, with this person. Or you've achieved some type of achievement with them, or they've achieved something in your life, and you're like, I'm so proud of them and what they've been able to do. And this changes or transforms your guys' relationships. This could be a time where, especially resources. So the 8th house rules things like others' resources. So you could be gaining or losing resources during this time, especially resources from the government, like SNAP, EBT. I think it's the same thing. Yeah. WIC, those type of things. This could be a time where, alimony, child support, PIP, those type of things, help with that type of assistance with that, or you're able to achieve that. Or especially if you're a law-abiding citizen and you need help, you could be reframing how you feel about that, or situations when it comes to that. This would be a time, especially with like in the Cancer, where you're calling up on your country for help. So that type of assistance, calling upon family for help, for an allowance, or getting paid, or some type of support from others. This could definitely be a time where those type of things change, and maybe you don't need support from others, or others don't need support from you anymore during this time. Definitely a transfer in your womb space. You're manifesting what you think about manifesting. And when it comes to like that womb type of area, that creation type of area, this could definitely be a time of healing through trauma, especially with that Cancer and the sun, and you're publicly sharing how you've healed from something that was traumatic and you've overcame. Overall, Geminis, this full moon is about your power story. Cancers, you're going to be experiencing this Capricorn full moon in your 7th house, of course, being a sister sign to Capricorn. Cancers, this could be a time where you experience a new relationship. Something new happens within your existing relationship. You could be breaking up with someone or having a hard time in your relationship during this time. It's a time where others see you having a hard time in your relationships or your relationships with others, whether this is a partner that you love. Don't mind my chickens, I got chickens, y'all. Whether it's someone that you love or it's someone that is like a child or your friend, those type of things, having difficulty, a public breakup, a public cutoff with someone, or a public reconciliation, a public healing, or just sharing something about your relationships with others or your relationship to yourself, sharing something with others as well to the public, sharing, especially others in the public, and whether you're sharing or out with others in the public or how they perceive you or you see them. This could be a time where you're getting recognition from others. You are having others randomly come up to you and they compliment you. They give you awards or talk about, oh, you're such a good mom, because they see you out with your kid, just being you. This could be a time where your partner could be receiving some type of achievement and you're proud of them. This could be a time where your partner is also having something new at work, or you're having something new at work and it affects your partner or others in your life. Your work relationships, business work relationships as well could be changing, something new going on in those type of relationships. People that you've collaborated, especially in like company or in buildings or out in public. This could be a time where you're having situations around females, compliments from females, achievements with other females, clients, changes in your clients, who you work with, one-on-one services, having deep one-on-one conversations with others, with bosses, with professionals in your line or in a different line that you want to have goals towards being someone who is the GOAT in that industry and being able to connect with them or learn from them. This would be a time where you're handling legal matters, handling negotiating and contracting, renegotiating new contracts with landlords, with companies, with your job, with yourself, within relationships, agreements there, commitments are being made, new commitments, being more serious in relationships, more structured in your relationships, getting more serious with another type of person, especially getting more serious with someone, showing someone that they're more serious, or maybe someone that you're in a relationship, they're trying to show you that they're more serious by moving in with you, or by showing you some type of love within your hometown, or showing you that they've been paying attention to you and what you've been feeling matters, and they show you this and show you, bring you more stability, provide more for you in a relationship, where you're providing those type of things for the other person as well, where you're wanting to see more balance in your relationships, doing the hard work in order to achieve these type of things as well. Overall, Cancers, this full moon in Capricorn is here to bring success to your relationships and how you relate to yourself. Leos, this Capricorn full moon you're going to be experiencing in your 6th house. So you could have experiences where you are working hard and could be hardly working as well too. You definitely could be work hard at something to achieve something. This could be a time where you are restructuring how you work, your work ethic, who you work with changes as well. Co-workers, changes in co-workers, changes when it comes to pets. Working out with pets, like maybe going on a run with a pet, or you rescue a pet. You do the work and to help your pet, to heal your pet, or your pet is doing work, or maybe you get a service pet during this time, or you're thinking about getting a service pet. This could be a time where definitely putting animals to work, like maybe you don't do it on purpose, but or animals putting you to work, to where like you're finding, that they have a baby and you got to find a new home for all these babies, because that's what's best for them. So that's the type of work your animal has you doing. or you're working for your animal to buy something for your animal, purchase something for your animal, something, or to purchase a new animal. This could be a time where you are having success in like maybe an exercise story. Maybe you've been exercising, you've been keeping it up with your daily routines when it comes to that and eating right, and now you're able to show off your body, you're able to show off, you know, all the things that have come with you sticking to your daily routines. Definitely a time where your daily routines could be being exposed. You could be sharing your daily routines with others, and that goes viral during this time, or is expanded, and others want to be in your business. They want to know how you do it, how you do your routines, because they see how your body, how your health is. They admire that, and others are complimenting you on that. They're like, oh, you've done so much great work on yourself, and I would like to aspire to be something like that, or something similar, or work towards that as well. And you're able to share that work with others. This could definitely be a time when you're changing in jobs, whether it's getting fired or new jobs, or having an interview for a job. Definitely new changes where you could be working, or how you're working, whether it's working from home or in a company or with a business. Definitely changes with your boss in the business. Maybe the boss themselves get fired, or something just new changes, or some type of situation that you have with your boss. You could be definitely getting promoted at your work or at your job, definitely even demoted during this time, or something definitely new could be happening at work. Shoot, this could even be a time where one of them co-workers are acting like they the boss, like they know it all, and you have to put them in their place, or you just have to say something, or where you have to stand up for yourself or stand on business about something. A time where you're looking for new hours, more hours at your job, or looking for a different job to accommodate something that you want to achieve, or something that has changed in your life. Overall, Leos, this Capricorn full moon is here to shift your routines so that you can align with what you came here to work for and what you came here to do. Virgos, you're going to be experiencing this Capricorn full moon in your 5th house. I love the 5th house. You could definitely be having fun because you've succeeded at something, you've gotten something done, or someone in your life has gotten something done, and you're able to have fun off those achievements. You could be out in public and having more fun. You could definitely, the 5th house is about fun, it's about risk, and it's about entrepreneurship as well, especially like entrepreneurship, doing the hard work in entrepreneurship, and it pays off, especially if you're an entrepreneur during this time, or you've just been putting in the hard work when it comes to your children, and now they're shining during this time, because the 5th house can rule your children. It can rule things like fertility. If you've been trying to get pregnant, this could definitely be a time where you achieve that, a time where you are restructuring your routines, or you're restructuring your routines because you are pregnant now. You can't do certain things that you used to do before in your life, so you have to, you know, take a vitamin every day and exercise a certain time during a week because you want to be healthy, and you have to drink more water. Changes to your routines, the daily things that you do because of those things, because you're more fertile. Or you want to achieve something. Maybe you don't want to get pregnant and you have a project that you want to put out. This is a time where you're aligning your schedule with your projects. This would be a time where your entrepreneurship business, it takes off. The things that you take a risk on, like your projects, maybe it's an art project and you've been painting, that takes off. Or your music, it starts to take off and start to be seen more as a business. You're starting to take your projects more serious, your business more serious during this time, taking your hobbies that you do more serious and seeing them as a business, and restructuring your mind when it comes to that, or letting others in the public know, like, you know, this isn't just a hobby for me, this is what I do, this is a part of my legacy. This could be a time where you're shifting yourself into that type of mode. A time where you're having achievements when it comes to your art, or when it comes to your children, or when it comes to your entrepreneurship, or when it comes to risk and gambles that you've taken. The 5th house is the house of the lottery as well, and going to casinos and betting on games and competition and competing. So this will be a time where you make a bet and you achieve some type of money from that type of bet. Be aware that certain people have the chart for large lottery win, and some people don't have a chart where it's just not in the cards for them. So be mindful. You can always search what are aspects or placements in the birth chart for winning the lottery. The more placements and aspects that you have, the more likely you are to win. So be mindful of that the universe also does not putting in all the money that you have and just risking it all. It works with energy of having enough to risk so that you know that you're going to make it 10 times full, that type of energy. So be mindful of that. But the 5th house is the house of lottery wins, especially playing a lottery in your country, your hometown during this time, especially if it's like a routine that you do as well to play the lottery, then it's definitely more potent for you to achieve some type of win. This isn't something that just, overnight type of success type of thing. This is something that has happened over ritualistically, you know what I mean? Like you're doing this once a week, that you play in the lottery, or you making bets, or you do this once a month or something like that. And this is something that you continue to do and that you have joy and fun with as well. With this being the 5th house, this could also be a time where you and a romantic partner go on a date, or you have, new success. When it comes to your romantic partner, someone that you've created children with, or someone that you've created something with, you and your romantic partner have some new type of achievement in your relationship, or reach a different new step, or achieve some type of hard thing that y'all have gone through, and y'all got through it together, and y'all were able to balance and work out that type of thing, work things out in those type of relationships for the higher good, for the better, for the children as well. That type of theme could be going on or playing out during this time. New structures around children and their schedules, and reframing those type of themes, and putting them in school, or putting them in a daycare, or homeschooling them, or whatever type of care is new, or new type of structure when it comes to those type of things, or restructuring your life around having more joy. Because overall Virgos, that's what this Capricorn full moon is here to do, is here to bring you more joy into your life, and expand and bring you more joy in your life off of the risk that you've worked so hard to take. Libras, you're going to be experiencing this Capricorn full moon in your 4th house. So Libras, you could definitely be experiencing a time where someone's fixing up on your home. I laugh because my husband is a Libra rising, and as you guys can see, if you didn't hear in the beginning, I'm in my kids' room because we have to do some work up in here. So they're in our room. I'm in here right now because it's quiet. So they're in our room. So this could be a time where you're having someone come out and fix up on your home, do some work up on your home. You're redecorating your home. You're moving from your home, moving out of your home. You're helping someone move. You could definitely be helping someone move. Someone call you up and be like, you help me move, and you're being of service to that person. You're like, I don't want to do it, but good things are going to come to you for it. This is like a low-key sacred duty, something for you to play out, and you're going to go there, and either you get a blessing afterwards, or you learn something that is a blessing while you're there, or some type of achievement, some type of success, something that you can leave with that will help you be more successful as well. This could be a time where you are, even if it's something small that you're fixing, like you're fixing a light bulb, or you're saging or cleansing your home, regrounding yourself in your home, making your home feel more like a home, changing up your living situation, thinking about changing up your living situation, changes in your home with your spouse as well, with someone that you parent with. Your parenting style could be changing up as well during this time, and how you see your family members as well, and your family. could be changing up who you are in the family, especially if you're the provider in the family. Those type of things could be changing or being exposed, or conversations around that. There could be more balance in providing for the family. Like maybe you're providing more, or another person is providing more, and it's more equal now, or you're both equally providing. Or this could be a time where, because providing looks so differently, like whether it's financially, emotionally, physically, spiritually, nurturing, whatever, just completing each other when it comes to a spouse partnership type of connection. This could be a time where there's definitely just changes in your home and your body, how you see your body, working out in your inner world, changes in your mother figures, aunts, aunties, nieces, if they are mothers or you've been motherly for them, those type of people. There could be changes in their lives, or they have some type of achievement in their lives and you're so proud of them and you're letting them know, or you're restructuring, helping them restructure, helping them fix something, build something with those type of people. This would be a time where you're out with family, out in the public with family. You are around family members more during this time. This could also be father figures as well, with this Capricorn 4th energy and parents. This could be father figures too, things happening to father figures. If you're the father as well, things could be happening to you during this time, and it piggybacks off your partner, your wife, or your spouse, or it just piggybacks off of somebody within the family. This could be with the family that you built and the family that you come from. I definitely see this more so the family that you've built. We have families that we come from, and then we go off and we build our own families. So this could definitely be a time where you're recognizing or having more achievements in the family that you have built. And you're like, dang, I really have built this beautiful family. And I'm just, so happy, so in love with this type of what I've been able to achieve. Because the 4th house can rule things like love, the things that you love. Or maybe you love your family more and you're having just this overcome of realization of just love for your family, yourself, your inner world. This could be a time where you're having more successes in love and the things that you love, your country, your hometown. You're expressing your love for your hometown and your country. The 4th house can rule things like land and our hometown and people within our hometown, connecting with those type of people, achievements from people in our hometown or within our hometowns, events going on in our hometowns and attending them. And you're seeing people and they're like, oh, I haven't seen you in so long. You look so good. You've been able to do this. I see you online. I see what you've been doing. You've been doing such a great job. And people are just, they're giving you, your achievements already. They've seen your achievements. They're paying attention. People in your hometown have a public eye on you, or in your business, where people in your family are in your business. Maybe you're in your family's business because you have to be, because you're the pillar of the family. You're the generational healer of the family. So you have to be in people's business, but you're finding balance in that way of healing it, so that you don't have to feel drained. This could be a time where you're overflowing your cup so that you can flow into others, so that you don't have to feel, so drained. And, sometimes you don't want to be that type of person, but you are the foundation, and you realize how rooted you are and how strong and how much you really came here to stand on business about your lineage, about who you are, your inner world, your inner self. Overall, Libras, this full moon in Capricorn is here to restructure your foundations and help you rebuild your soul tribe family. Scorpios, you're going to be experiencing this Capricorn full moon in your 3rd house. So Scorpios, you could be having experiences where you are having conversations with others about success. You're talking to others about success, you're being interviewed, or you're speaking with others, having conversations out in public, publicly speaking as well. You could definitely be publicly speaking during this time, especially for work. You could be, at your job and they're like, hey, so-and-so, we want you to say something, and you're put on the spot to, speak for others. Or you're, they're like, oh, there's been something going up in the job. And you're like, you know what? I've been waiting to say something for, and you're able to speak up, that type of thing. This could be a time where You are seeing something in the news, especially something when it comes to government in the news, and something that's happened when it comes to like politicians and leaders, bosses, hearing news about those type of people, hearing news about father figures, people who are the provider in your lives, people who work hard, hearing news around those type of people, running errands for those type of people, helping, being of service for those type of people. This would be a time where you know, your dad calls you because he needs somebody to take him to the store, or your grandpa calls you because he needs someone to take him to the store and run some errands for him right now. And, you know, while you're out with him, you learn something with some type of wisdom or something about the family that you can pass down to your children. Because the third house does rule things like your childhood, or you learn something new about your childhood that is revealing or that's been exposed, that can help you achieve more or understand more or be more successful in life now that you've learned this new type of thing, or you've been relieved, or you heard what you needed to hear. It's definitely a time when you could be receiving messages, whether that's, you know, through spirit, email, phone calls. You could be riding down the street and read something on a billboard. Definitely messages and things that you read, things that you hear. You could be writing more during this time, working on a writing type of project during this time and putting it out and it gaining so much success, or just really manifesting, because the third house does rule manifestation, manifesting success around a writing or a speaking project. It could be even a project like posting, like you're posting something online, because the sun will be in the ninth house. Ninth and the third house are definitely big for posting something online and it going viral, people being in your public, people in the public eye being extremely interested or talking about this type of thing, or making news around it, others making other videos speaking on what you've done, or something you've been exposed in the media for. It's definitely be a time where you are exposed in the media. The full moon is a time of being exposed. Third house is about the media and social media and your local environments. So this could definitely be that type of time. This be a time where you hear something about, you know, relatives. The third house rules relatives, like your siblings, cousins, uncles, nieces, nephews, those type of people. Hearing news around those type of people, especially aunts, or not aunts, but uncles with this Capricorn energy. But it could be aunts too, with the sun in Cancer too. So aunts and those type of people in your family, really. People in your childhood, especially people in your childhood that you grew up with, and those type of people. Hearing news around them, some type of achievement, or those type of people hear your achievements. You could definitely be out in a public somewhere and see people from your childhood, and they're like, oh, I've been seeing what you've been doing online on your social media, and I'm so proud of you. I think what you've been doing is so great. And they're letting you know out loud in the public that, you know, you are really successful, and they admire that type of success. They see you as the GOAT. During this time, your people are talking about you because you are the GOAT. You know, the Capricorn energy rules the GOAT. So this could definitely be that energy where you've achieved something on the mountaintops and you're sharing it with others. Overall, Scorpios, this full moon is here for you to speak what you have to say. So you'll get what you have to say off your chest so that you can be able to walk loud and proud. Sagittarius, you're going to be experiencing this Capricorn full moon in your second house. So this could be a time where you are achieving something around money. You are building something that is successful, and you're able to receive money. You're able to receive a material gain from a company. Maybe a company contacts you and they're like, hey, I see what you do on your page, or I see what you do on your social media page, and we would like to work with you. We would like to partner with you. We would like to sell you some products so we can work with you. We're definitely working with certain type of companies, and they give you a gift. You receive something from them. This could definitely be a time where you are receiving gifts from father figures, people who are providers in your life, who are, you know, always there for you, and they provide for you, and they're strong and they're motivated type of people in your life. You're receiving gifts from them, inheritances from them as well, money from them, a check from them, a compliment from these type of people. It's be a time where you're just receiving way more compliments than you normally do in your regular life. You'd be putting something out in the public, and that's receiving a lot of good feedback, or a lot of love, a lot of good compliments on it. This would be a time where there are changes in your money, changes in the bank, especially like big structured money buildings like the bank. Something happens while at the bank, or changes within your bank, or you switch over your bank. This could definitely be a time where a bank is being exposed for something that has happened, some type of business deal. You could definitely be doing business during this time. Receiving if you are the father figure, you could be giving out a gift to someone who you feel is really, you know, worked so hard for it. People could be seeing how hard you've worked, and that's why they want to give you something. They want to gift you with something, or they want to give you the opportunity. It's be a time where a company is seeing the hard work, the things that you put in, and you're getting a raise, you're getting more money for that, you're getting a bonus check, or you're getting a gift. Your job is giving you with a gift card for something, because they see, you know, the hard work that you've been putting in. This could definitely be a time where there's changes in your income, and you need to restructure how much you make, or, you know, get a new job so you can make more, or work on some type of side hustle, or form some type of business so that you can make more, earn more money. Or you're just doing things, applying for new jobs, applying to work for new companies, talking to your boss about a raise as well, negotiating some type of raise with your boss in this type of energy. This could be a time where you change up, there's changes in your value, in your self-worth, how you see yourself, how you value others. Especially if you're seeing that they're not doing the work to be with you or stay in alignment with you. You definitely could be cutting those type of people off, or just not seeing them as worthy to deal with or handle with, or something to fix on, something to keep working on. You're just like, nah, that's not even worth it anymore. That type of energy could be definitely playing out, whether that's, you know, a partner or a friendship, or any type of thing that's going on in your life, or a job, though, you know, where you're just deciding, you know, it's just not worth it anymore. Definitely a time where you are changing up your values and things in your assets. Overall, Sagittarius, this full moon in Capricorn is here to expose your values, so they can help you align yourself with, expose your values so that they can help you align what you need in order to be more comfortable in life. Capricorns, this full moon is going to be in your first house, because this is a Capricorn full moon. It's about you, especially if you have anything around the 18 degrees. We are talking about you right now. So this is a time where we are celebrating you, your success. Congratulations for whatever it is that you have done. We are celebrating you, your success, who you are, something you've built, something you've been working on, something you've built, something you've been working on, your achievements, your goals, something that you've turned into a ritual, and it's finally, came here, and you've been successful at doing it. This is the time when you're out in the public more. People are seeing you more. People are in your business, or you're in others' business. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe you have a business and you want others to be in your business, see what you're doing, focus on your brand or your product and what you're putting out to the world. It's definitely a time where, you are getting promoted at your job, within your work, different talks with your coworkers, different things are happening at your job with your boss. Your boss could be leaving, getting exposed for something, new positions for you to work towards, could be opening up in your job as well, or opening up in the field or in the industry that you are in. Maybe you're branding yourself and there's more, you see, now that there's more room or more space because no one's doing it how you're doing it. You come in with this authentic take on whatever it is that you're doing in that industry, and people are able to see that. They're like more interested in that, and you're able to achieve more in that business, what you do from home. With it being the first house, this could be changing things like your relationships, yourself, your home, your legacy and career. You definitely be changes in your career and what you do for a living and how others see you, your service, your work. You could definitely be servicing someone, especially for like a business, doing service for service on some type of work as well. I should have said that with the 6th house, service for service. That would have been perfect. But you could definitely still be doing that during this time. Standing on business about yourself, about your life, changing something in your appearance. Maybe you're coming off as more professional in your appearance, how you look, how you speak, how others see you is more professional, more busy, more bossier now, more in alignment with who you want to be seen as. You could have been working out or doing something different with your body, and now, you know, people are seeing it now that you're slimmer, you've done something different with your hair. Or this could be a time where you're getting more in alignment, a time where you are resting, a time where something you've done has just come to fruition. You're at harvest. You could be harvesting something, like you grew something and you're harvesting. Because the full moon is about your harvest. It's about something that's come to fruition or that's blossomed. But you could also still be resting during this time off of something that has blossomed too as well, coming into that resting phase or beginning the resting phase. Overall, Capricorns, this full moon is here to align yourself with whatever success that you deserve. Aquarius says you're going to be experiencing this Capricorn full moon in your 12th house. So this could be a time where you're experiencing more spiritual experiences. Although this is a Capricorn full moon and the Capricorn is serious, it's more practical. You could definitely, especially if you're a spiritual Aquarius, still be experiencing spiritual experience, especially a near-death experience. So watch out, especially if you're being hard-headed and you're not being serious. You could definitely experience a near-death experience and something spiritual, and it changes your life. It makes you get more serious about life as well, more serious about who you are, what you came here to do, what you came here to achieve in this lifetime. This will be a time where you are meditating more and you have a connection with your subconscious mind, a time where you have this dream that makes you more serious. You wake up and you're like, you know what, that dream I had last night, you know, was definitely a reflection of the things that's been going on in my life. I need to get more serious about it because I don't want to see any of that type of theme happen. This could be a time where you're having spiritual experience, like the afterlife, you know, that kind of come to you and kind of shock you, make you be more serious and take things more seriously. Maybe you haven't been taking your altar more serious, your ancestor altar serious, and something happens and you're like, you know what, I'm going to take my ancestor altar more serious during this time, or forever out, and be more serious on that tradition and, you know, stay true to it. This could definitely be a time where you are awakened towards traditions that may have gone on in past lives, other realms, and internationally as well. Because 12th house can rule things like internationally, can rule things like other realms and dream world and afterlife, those type of things. This could be a time where you are experiencing an ending because you've achieved something. Now you have an ending coming in your life and you are accepting this new ending because it comes with success. This is a time where you could be receiving a blessing during this time. Definitely a blessing, or seeing how blessed you are from your achievements, from your structures, from your family members as well, and them helping you, all this success and the hard work that you put in yourself, seeing those achievements and really thinking to yourself like, wow, I'm really blessed. This could be a time where it's the opposite, where you're isolated and you're depressed and you're imprisoned in the mind, and you just, you know, you feel trapped, you feel stuck. You feel like the things that are over you are just too strong, and this type of moment makes you feel like you need to end it all, because Sagittarius, that type of energy is strong. It is tough, you guys. So this could be a time where you are dealing with some tough subconscious things that you need to conquer, you need to rule over, you need to be the GOAT and, you know, achieve this subconscious battle or the subconscious thing that you have to get over in order to get on the other side. This could definitely be a time where subconscious type of things come up, subconscious trauma, subconscious things that you told yourself around success, like, oh, money don't grow on trees, and now you're reframing how you think. You're like, no, money does grow on trees for me. And or you're reframing how you see yourself in relationships, like, oh, I'll never get married, or men or women are always this, always that, and you're changing that, and you're like, nah, I align myself with high vibrational women, men, or these type of people. I don't even see raggedy people come in my vicinity because I don't align with that. And you know, you're just reframing how you see these type of things, how you see your world, so that you can, you know, have a more structured, more orderly way of living, of life. This could definitely be a time where you're focused on healing yourself, healing others, healing from things, so that you can have a, you know, better look at life. Overall, Aquariuses, this full moon is here to restructure your subconscious mind so that it can reflect outward in your life. And now we have our Pisces. Pisces, you're going to be experiencing this Capricorn full moon in your 11th house. So you could definitely be achieving something during this time, Pisces. Having big achievements, big awards, something that you've been working for, some goals that you've been able to accomplish, and you're celebrating them. You're having events around these type of goals, or others are celebrating your type of celebrating you, and they're having an event around you. It could be like a baby shower. It could be something you've done in business. It could be, you know, because Pisces has Jupiter, and most Pisces right now are having their Jupiter in the 5th house of fertility. So it's a project, a risk that you've taken that's paid off, and now people are celebrating, they're wanting to give you your rewards. You could be definitely be receiving a reward during this time. The 11th house is about the rewards. The 10th house is about the achievement to get there, but the 11th house for sure is about receiving all those rewards. So especially with you guys having the sun in the 5th house during this time. So you guys could definitely be receiving your rewards. It's sun shining off your projects, your fertility, the things that you've done are, you know, finally being seen. People are finally recognizing how much hard work you've been putting into whatever this project is, whatever this hobby that you've been working on is finally something that people are taking more serious, something that people are recognizing. Especially if it's something to do with science, something to do with astrology, something to do with technology, something to do with AI, something that you've been working on is finally, you know, paying off, coming to fruition. This could definitely be a time where you are setting new goals. You completed goals, now you're setting new goals, something new that you want to work towards during this time. This could be a time where you're going out to more public events, and, you know, whether it's like festivals or just, you know, more events, more opportunities to be around more people and to network with others and share how you feel, who you are, and shine your light to others. Definitely a time where you could be shining your light more to others. Others see you more, and you are you are more fulfilled in life. This be a time where you feel more intelligent. Where you feel more intelligent, where your aviation, you're in the sky, you go on a plane ride, you're in an airport. This could definitely be a time where you have new discoveries, something unexpected, unique happens to you during this time, and it's successful and it's amazing, and maybe you didn't expect it to happen and it happened, or this is definitely a time, especially with Uranus going to be in Gemini, you guys have this in your 4th house of your inner world, yourself, your home. You could definitely be having shocking things happen within your home, to you, towards people in your family that change you, change how you think, change up your goals, change up what you are here to stand up for. This could definitely be a time where you're standing up for others. Others are standing up for you. The 11th house rules things like rebelling and activism and protesting. So it's time where you could be standing up on business, standing up for yourself, standing up for others, and having achievements in that. Speaking about your achievements with standing up for yourself, with rebelling, talking about revolutions, being the you could be the revolution during this time, you know what I mean? The rebel during this time, and others are seeing you as the rebel. That's your legacy, as the rebel, as the person that's unique, that does things unexpectedly, or, shocking others during this time. You could definitely be shocking others with your achievements during this time. Overall, Pisces, this full moon is here to not only shock others with your achievement, this full moon could be shocking you too, Pisces. Thank you guys so much for watching my channel and bearing with me while I give you guys the news report with chickens in the background and in my kids' room. Thank you guys so much. And as always, there's so much more to come, you guys. And I cannot wait to share all the much more that is here to come, but gotta be silent on that. Till next time, you guys. Bye.